Hello, people out in Twitchville, Twitchland, wherever you are. I've been wanting to do another stream lately, and I wanted to do one this week, but the problem has been that I've been ill. I've been sick, and my voice just completely died on me Monday and Tuesday. Had some kind of coughing thing. I've been coughing stuff up all week. It's not a flu, as far as I know. It's more of a head cold type of thing. And man, has it really got me down. So I haven't been able to speak for, a couple days until just the last few days. My voice has come back. So now I can actually talk a little bit and get on the stream with you guys and have some fun. So I got a new setup down here I wanted to show to you that involves the pedal we're going to be talking about today. Plus another one that I don't think I've put here on Twitch, but it is on my YouTube account. If you go to ericbeatty.com/YouTube, that's just the easiest way to give out the link to my YouTube page. You can look up the Digitech RP355. I've got several videos on the tones of that. What you just heard was one of my settings that I set up on the Zoom pedal that I did on Twitch here not too long ago. The Zoom Multi-Stomp MS50G, I believe it's what it's called. Give me just a second. I'm going to take a little bit of second to see how the sound is doing over here on this end. Looks like the stream is doing okay. Let me hear the sound first. Settings that I set up on the Zoom pedal. Good deal. Good deal. Looks like everything's all right. Hopefully there's I don't see any drop frames. I can see a little bit of a hitch in the video over here to the side. But hopefully everything's going to be all right. I was having some good readings earlier with this. I just updated OBS, and it looks fantastic. I love the Ragna theme. If you haven't checked that out, it's really cool. I can show that to you real quick. So there's my Slimer. Wrong camera view. Oh, but anyway, we got the Ragna mode here that looks pretty cool. The buttons, you can't really see them right now. Let me see if I can get the right camera on. There you go. You can see them over here. And those look they're a lot more cool. And you got these extra meters for peaking and things like that. I really enjoy that. So back to what I was doing earlier. So I'm going to be experimenting a little bit with my pedal, the Donner pedal. It's a tiny looper pedal. I want to kind of show you what that does and what it sounds like, and also show you my setup here that I've got currently running. Now, another thing I just thought about doing earlier when I was running my new setup is turning on a set of LED lights that I have. And if you'll look at the background, you can see the difference this makes, even if it's just a subtle difference. Right now it's on white. It's more of a light blue tint, but you can definitely tell on the Chuck Norris picture there's a little bit of a blue tint there. So if I turn these off, see the difference? Let me turn them back on. Brightens things up just a little bit. Off. On. And yeah, I can change the colors and things like that to blue or green. And Chuck Norris back there will change colors to red, blue, even violet. There you go. You can see that happening. I'll just leave it on white for now. So, but yeah, I've got my fluorescent lights on the side up here as well. Hope that's not blowing you guys away. Hope it's not too loud. I'm looking at my levels here and everything looks all right. So this looper pedal, before I do that, let me take the camera angle off Slimer here, and he's my little buddy there on my other monitor. So let me take that off and give you an idea of what's going on down here. Okay, so as you can see the LED light thing going on the back of my computer there. If I bring that back up, you can see all the way around that's coming on the back. If I switch the color here, it'll be a lot easier to see. There you go. So we got a different color there. But like I said, I'll just leave that on white. It comes in handy. It sets the mood when you want to watch a movie at night or something like that. But down here we have from the bottom here, let's just use my little foot to show you what's going on. And it actually looks brighter on this camera than it is. It's not very bright. I have my iPhone here. I'll go ahead and turn that light on so you can see a little bit better. Give me an extra lighting. There you go. Good deal. So here is the Digitech RP355. I've had this pedal for probably at least 5 years. I love it. It's an amazing pedal. But I'll tell you, if I was to get another pedal, it would probably be one of the Zoom pedals, because that Zoom pedal, that silver Zoom pedal, is the bomb. The tones are just amazing, and they just sound even better. It's just amazing, the technology that we're having, that just keeps guitar things, the effects pedals and things, keep sounding amazing. So we have the Digitech RP355. First of all, we're running into my wah pedal. This cord is actually going to my guitar right now, into the wah pedal. The wah pedal is going into the RP355. RP355 is going around and into my Ibanez Tube Screamer. I think it's a TS909, I think it's what it's called. I can't remember exactly the model. Then I've got the Ultimate Drive by Joyo. Very fuzzy, almost really heavy gain overdrive. It's hard to get away from the fuzzy tone. It's a good pedal for what it is, but I wish it had a little bit more tone parameters. And that's going into the multi-stomp by Zoom here, the MS50G, amazing pedal, still love it. And then that's going into my new Donner looper pedal down there. This is a tiny looper. I was kind of surprised when it came in the mail. I thought it'd be a big pedal, but I'm glad it's a small one. And the vacuum switch there is very gentle. I mean, it doesn't have that clicky sound, so you can't even tell you're switching on and off. And I'll show you some screenshots of this here in just a little bit. But if you'll see the little black knob up there underneath the silver part, that's the level of the looper, so I can turn it up or down if I want my solo to be louder. And the toggle switch is actually a reverse, a normal mode, and a half-speed mode. So you can get pretty creative with all those different modes. So that's what I'm running now. It kind of gets in the way. I'm not used to it just yet. I better turn that off or I'll blast us here. So bypass that. And that's the cool thing, is I can bypass the Digitech here so that I can have all my other pedals. I can even bypass this by going into tuner mode, pressing and holding, and that's in tuner mode, and that's bypassed. And so I can access these other pedals here. So it's pretty good control, and it's like 2 different pedal boards I'm running here with all kinds of different pedals. Okay, so that's what I've got going on right here. And always put your looper last, because everything in the chain, it's very important that everything in chain feeds into the looper so that you can have all the effects that you want and everything looping the way you want it to loop. Okay, so some of these things I can loop with my Digitech pedal that are easier to find, like the bass guitar, things like that. And for other things I can use, for other tones I can use the Zoom pedal here. It has a multi-stomp mode to where if you press that middle button and then you press this button again, it has settings where you can save different chains. So if I was to show you that right now, I press the middle button and then I press this button. It's in stomp mode now. I've got a bass setting. I've got Marco Svoli lead. You can't see that, the LED. I'm sorry about that. I've got an acoustic reverb, another type of lead, and a boogie lead that I created, I think, myself, and that's what I'm using right now. So then you can assign those the way you want to. I've got a whole video on that on Twitch if you want to check that out. But anyway, let's get started working on some of these effects here. Put this back on Slimer over there. Actually, no, I need to put that on my hands so you can see what's going on here. So let me see if I can, have to pardon me for that. Let's see, it's always tricky to get the right angle for this. There we go. Okay, good. So you got the angle here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of try to get me a clean clean channel, clean setting, clean channel, settle, and get this looper going. And I'll kind of give you an idea of how to work this looper if you ever decide to get it. And I'll leave a link in the description area so you can really find it and make sure it's working, everything. So I'm going to start. It'd be cool if I can somehow mount this down there so you can see what's going on, but I don't think I could do that. But that's okay. You'd probably rather see my fingers than my feet. All right, so let's start this going here. I'm gonna take this off the boogie lead, and I can also press and hold, and it'll still be in tuner mode. This is the guitar by itself, no effects, everything's bypassed. So I can access my Tube Screamer, which is I'm using more as an overdrive right now. Here's my Joyo Ultimate Drive. Okay, then I can turn on my other things, like we can go here to my Petrucci setting on my Digitech. These are just settings that I've created myself, not that they're presets or anything. I just thought at the time I created it sounded kind of like John Petrucci, so that's what the deal is with that. Now, let me find a clean channel. I've got one that's called a Little Texas that I created, more of a bluesy sound. Okay, so I can create a loop out of that. So the idea of this is that you create a little beat first. When you're ready to punch in, you hit the record button, which is hitting the looper button one time, and that puts it in record mode. The LED lights red, and when you're done with the loop, you hit it again, and then it goes to green, and it's in playback mode. And then you hit it red, and you loop over this and overdub, 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 until you're done with overdubs. And if at any point you mess up, like I'll give you an example of this, if I mess up, which I probably will, I'm only used this thing like once or twice so far. If you mess up, you can always press and hold, and it will undo the previous one that you did. I don't think you can keep doing that and undo layer after layer after layer, but I know that you can do the previous layer. So I messed up a bass run or something. You can, go back and undo that function. And the other thing is to stop the looper, you double tap it, and while it's stopped, if you press and hold, it erases everything. The cool thing about some of these loopers, and there are all kinds of them out there. I did a lot of research, and I decided this was one of the cheapest ones that I wanted to get, and it had these three settings: the reverse and the switch, and then all these toggle things and everything, which I'll show you. Which right now it's in reverse mode, which I need to fix that. Okay, so it's in normal mode now. The cool thing about these loopers is that you can, with some of them, now you want to check before you buy them, but I know with this one, it comes with a little USB cable. I think I've got up here somewhere. May have covered it up. I think I put it back in the case. It comes with a USB cable so that you can plug it into your computer and save any loops that you create. So let's say you have an idea for a song, you're sitting around looping, you're like, oh, I want to keep that, I like that. Plug it into your computer and and then upload it. Now, I haven't done that yet, so I don't know if it still needs the power supply to do this. I don't know if you can unplug it, put it back up here, plug it into your computer, it'll turn on and it saves that. I don't know how that works, so you might want to have a long enough USB cable. I mean, they give you a pretty long one. I don't know exactly how big it is, but I don't think it'll reach to my desk. It's not very long. It's probably about 3 feet, if that. So I would need to somehow extend that. What I ought to do is probably, later on I'll experiment with that when I really have to. But you might want to test that out before you put it on your pedal board like I did. And now I've got it to where it's not secured to my pedal board. I can actually take it off, but the power supply is secured to the pedal board pretty much, so I can't really take that with me. So there's that. But anyway, you can try working that out. So let's try. There we go. Something not too dirty. Now let's see what extra stomp settings I have for this little Texas here. There's a little rotary speaker there, kind of like I modeled this after kind of like a Stevie Ray Vaughan sound. So let's see here what I can come up with. There's something else I wanted to say. I don't remember exactly what it was. Not exactly sure. Oh, I know what it was. From what I've seen in the research that I found, a looper is a very beautiful songwriting tool. And so you can just sit down and just jam, come up with an idea in your head and just jam to it. and it will inspire you to create more. and do more things on your guitar. It'll inspire you to sit down and play, more guitar, for example. I've been wanting to play more guitar and everything. So let's see what we can come up with. I'm going to put that on a low setting. Now, last thing, okay, I keep digressing, but this is pretty important. One cool thing, it's kind of like when you're mixing music. You want there to be plenty of room and space for other instruments to fall into the mix correctly. So what I could do is, so that my lead guitar stands out a little bit more, and so that my bass stands out a little bit more, I could put my pickup selector switch down to, like, say, the middle pickup. For right now, I don't have a lot of gain, and if I don't turn it off up, it's not going to be humming bad. Obviously, that's going to cut down on the power of the sound if you split your coil. And you can hear the noise gate not really kicking in like it's supposed to. I'm not going to worry about that because I'm not really recording a song. It's fine for a looper. So I could record more of a brighter sounding rhythm track and save the low end for my bass, turn my tone knob all the way down, or at least close to the way down, so that I have this low bass note, so that when I play lead, I can turn the tone knob all the way up, and then I have all these other parameters to play my lead with. So there's different ideas like that. So I think what I'll do, though, yeah, I'll just do that that sound, I guess. We'll put it on the coil between the top and the middle here. I really want to change that that setting. Give me just a second. I want to change that noise gate because that hissing is really annoying. So give me just a second. Seems like that's about as good as it's going to get. Now, some of that has to do as well with the fact that I've got it set to a single coil sound. There's a pickup selector switch, and I've got it set to single coil, so that it sounds more Strat-like. So some of it has to do with that. So let's go ahead and see if we can get a loop going. So we'll try this. Like I said, you hit it. I'm going to play a little while and get into a groove. And you can practice this with a metronome if you want to. Just make sure the metronome is outside the looper, that like it's online or something like that. There's a cool program called metronomeonline.com that you can check out, and you can get a loop going. Matter of fact, let me do that. Let me make sure that this loop is seamless, okay? It's from what I've researched and what I've heard, you want a seamless loop so that it doesn't mess up. You don't want to get fast all of a sudden, lose your timing, and then when it gets back to the start, it's slow again, So let me just go to Metronome Online and set a good time for us. And when I'm done with the loop, I can turn the metronome off because now I've got my timing. So that's cool. So you'll hear the metronome clicking in the background, but that's going to help me get a beat. And instead of this is one cool thing about this particular looper is that it is 10 minutes of recording. Most loopers have most name brand loopers, like there's one that's very popular right now by several people, but it only has a 5-minute loop. Okay, so I don't know why you would go past 5 minutes. I understand that, but for twice as much money as this one, and this one has twice as much time on it and more effects and more features. I have no idea why you wouldn't buy this, a cheaper one like this. So anyway, that's my rant on that. Okay, now that may be annoying at first. Let's see, that's at 92 beats a minute. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to stay on one chord. I'm not going to change. Yes, I could create a whole song, a whole 12-bar blues. But I'm just going to, for now anyway, we may go back and do that. But for now, let's just stick with a simple, we're in A. 1, 2, 3, 4. Turn that metronome off because it's not exactly in time. It's hard to get it timed just right. There we go. Look, my own hands. Okay. So the cool thing is it's in playback mode. I can try to think of another sound. Okay, so let's try that. Let's do it with a rotary speaker this time. I went exactly on time. Now I can undo that if I want to, but I won't fool with it because the underlying movement is in time, so that's fine. So now let's put a bass track to this. I've got a guitar. Okay, thank you for following. That was a very weird sound. I appreciate the follow. Let me go back to my chat room just in case anybody's chatting or anything. Play Slipknot, please. I don't know any Slipknot. Sorry, I don't listen to Slipknot. To tell you the truth, I listen to people like Steve Vai and Paul Gilbert and things like that. Right now, we're actually experimenting with a looper, and to demonstrate, you can stop it by double tapping it, just like that. And I'm just experimenting with this Donner looper. That's what this whole series is about. Not series, but this whole program is about. I appreciate you tuning in. Extra Gaming 14. Extra K Gaming, something like that. Hopefully I'm getting that right. Thank you so much for watching and tuning in. So let me start the looper again, and we're going to continue to layer upon this on top of it. All right. So what you want to do is just kind of get to the idea of a groove first. Now I can switch back to my main pickup here, and then I can turn the tone knob down a little bit to get more thump and more boom out of the sound. That's a really good sound, isn't it? That's coming from the Digitech RP355. All right, so very rounded bass sound. So you play around with a groove you like, and then you add it to the loop. So I'm gonna hit record. Okay, I'm gonna wait for it to go around. where you get the tools to do that and what are you using. It sounds cool. Thank you so much. Right now I am using, and I showed this earlier, you can later on you can go back and rewind it if you want to. I don't want to move the camera, but I'll tell you what I'm using. I'm using a double tap this again. I'm using a Digitech RP355. It's kind of a big multi-effects pedal that has all these different effects in it, and that's what I'm using right now to put these tracks down. I also have a Crybaby 535Q wah-wah pedal, my favorite wah-wah pedal that I've ever had. I think it's one of the only ones I've ever had, but I haven't had a desire to trade it in for anything because I really like it. That's going into an Ibanez Tube Screamer, a Joyo Ultimate Drive after that, a Zoom Multi-Stomp MS50G pedal, which is another multi-effects box that I highly recommend, out of this world tones. And that's going into what we're demonstrating today, right now, which is the Donner Looper pedal. This is a tiny looper pedal. It's called a nano pedal. And there's a bunch of them that have the same exact look, and they might be a different color. Like Donner's one of them, and there's all kinds of different names. What I think they do is they just paint over it and slap a different name over it. They probably get it from the same people. I don't know, but it's good quality. I really enjoy it so far. It's got a good sound. And as I was showing you earlier, let's say we wanted to slow this down. Okay, so here's one of the features of this thing. You can slow it down. There's a switch that allows you to go to half speed. Just say you wanted to, I don't know, maybe you're recording a solo or something, you want to slow it down. I don't know. There's a reverse mode. If I go all the way to the bottom, it will reverse. Some of this stuff can get really fun. I've seen Paul Gilbert use his pedal, and he had a reverse mode on his. And what he did was he made a solo, and then he reversed it and played chord changes over it. And I did that the other day, and it was so amazing. You would think that you would have to do all this crazy, weird math. But you don't. You just solo in one key, and I may demonstrate this later. You solo in one key, and you just stay in that key and just riff all over the place. And put it in reverse, and then you just, do some chord progressions to that key. And it will blow your mind how good it sounds. Asking how much are they and where do you get it? This pedal that I've got right here, let's just take a minute, and this is a good segue. We'll go ahead and go to the actual website, and I'll show you what exactly is going on with that. So let me see if I've got the right thing here. I think it's this one. Yeah, good deal. Okay, so as you can see, this is the Donner Looper Guitar Effect Pedal. Here's the link, and I'll go ahead and post that in the chat right now so that Extra K Gaming there can check it out. That's the link to the Donner pedal. It's got a 9-volt DC. Now, something I've learned with these nano pedals, they're very small. They don't have a place to put a 9-volt battery in. You actually have to have some kind of power supply, which if you're a gear, fanatic, like I am, I'm not, so much that I've got all these pedals and everything. I still feel like I'm, a beginner in the world of pedals. But if you have enough pedals that you bought a power supply anyway, then yes, you can check that out. And you can check this looper pedal out. So you need a power supply of some kind, and you can go to the same link and look for, I use the Godlike power supply, the Godlyke. I use that, and I use I got the kit that has 5 daisy chain of 5 different things, and you can buy these extra daisy chains if you need them. And the cool thing about this, if you research it, Godlike did a lot of research into dedicated power. So if you have one pedal like my wah pedal is actually 18 volt, but this power supply has up to I think 200 milliamps, not 200, 2,000 milliamps, and so it can pull as many amps as it needs for that pedal, and still have, let's say that uses 500 milliamps. Okay, well, it still has 1,500 milliamps left that it can put to another pedal. Okay, and if you exhaust that amount, you can always get another power supply. I haven't gone that high. Most of these pedals are maybe 100, if that, milliamps. And you can do some research on all that. But So you can find just about anything Extra K Gaming 14. You can find just about anything with that link. That will take you to the looper pedal. But then you can do a search. Obviously, it's an Amazon link. You can do a search for Digitech pedals, for Ibanez Tube Screamers, for Joyo pedals. I really recommend Joyo, Joyo pedals. They're really good quality. And the Zoom, Zoom Multi-Stomp MS50G guitar effects pedal. I really highly recommend that one. And also this Donner pedal that you see on the screen here. I might buy it for my brother. He's a big guitar player, and he was talking about this type of stuff. I'm going to do some research. So, yes, definitely do your research. That's what I do every time. I research the reviews. I research their features. And I'd say so far I'm really happy with this pedal. I hope you enjoy it. I hope your brother enjoys it. My brother's a guitar freak, too. He's actually here on Twitch. His name is XMuddis. You can check him out. But let's go over this while it's on the screen here. Power supply. It's got 3 models. It's got half speed, normal mode, reverse mode. And I'll zoom in here. I've got actually a picture pulled on the side. Here's the modes, okay? This turns red if it's recording. It turns green if it's playing back. Here's half speed if it's all the way up. Normal's in the middle. And reverse is all the way down, which we heard earlier. This is a negative tip, which most pedals are. It's got true bypass. And here's the vacuum switch. It's very quiet. It doesn't have that loud click speed or click sound. Up here is the power where you connect it, and right here is the USB. Here's the level. If you want the looper level to be lower or higher, you can always do that. And I was mentioning earlier, you can plug in the USB. I think it's this one actually. You can plug in the USB to here, plug it up to your computer, and download any loops that you want to save. Let's say you've got a cool solo and you've got a cool idea for a song. Upload that loop to your DAW of your choice or your computer, and have some fun playing over it and create your own song. This is a really good songwriting tool as well. So let's see here. There's the other side of that. Also, if you're going to put this on your pedal board, be aware when you're doing pedal boards that this is an offset cable. Okay, so you're going to have one coming in here and the other one coming out up here. It's not the cables are straight across from each other like this, This one's offset, so make sure that you're aware of that when you set up your pedal board. All right, so back to the description here. You can see it has true bypass. It's got an LED light that shows the working state. The level knob controls the sound of the looper. Input and output jack, analog through 1/4-inch mono audio jack. It's a mono regular, instrument cable. True bypass for 0 tone coloration. It doesn't affect your tone whatsoever. It's true bypass, so I can go through it and all my tone is perfect. Okay, so you can check that out. And on the bottom here, it's got 10 minutes of looping time, unlimited overdubs, and undo redo functionality. I don't think that's unlimited undos. I could try to create a loop here in a little bit and try to see with the multi-levels if I needed to and see if that's going to work. It's a perfect blend of quality, creativity, and simplicity. You can import, export loops from the PC or Mac. 44.1 kilohertz, 24-bit. That's really high quality. The looper with the LED indicator and shows the looper's working status. There's one function, level knob, and 3 modes. They control the level function of the knob and the mode to loop. This is a Chinese company, okay, so give them a little bit of a break that the English is a little quirky here. It makes looping as easy as 1, 2, 3 for everyone. No hassle or needlessly complicated stuff. As you can see, the new Donner Looper has a similar design size, a smaller design size, classic white body, and it is pretty white. It's kind of a sparkly metallic white. It's a really nice color, almost like a glaze instead of a solid color. It's convenient and durable. It's ultra simple design and super mini size, made of aluminum alloy, very inconvenient and durable. Lets you out to show there is no burden, whatever that means. Enjoy your own fun and colorful life. Okay, so aside from the quirky English, this is a really good pedal. Okay, yeah, it's very dope. Extra K Gaming, it's very dope. So that's the Donner pedal. We're going to go back to what I'm doing here with the playing here. So let's put some more on this. Okay, put some more what you call stank. Put some more stank on this. So I got my bass. Let's see what else going to put on there. Let's see what all I've got here. Let's see if I can find. Now, notice too, you want to help spread the mix out. Maybe I want some higher chords here so that I don't have all this low end stuff. It's real thumpy right now with some bass. So let's find some higher things here. So there's my. See if I can. Let's see. Not feeling that setting. Let's see. Let's see what kind of effects I got on it. I've already got. Don't want the delay. Excuse me. So let's add that. Okay, so I messed that up. Let me undo that. Press and hold, and the light flashes really quick. It blinks, and that lets me know it's been cleared. So we'll try this again. And also, by the way, when it loops, the light blinks. So it lets me know how long the loop is. So it's about to come back around. Blink. So that's where the loop started, and that's where it's going to end. So this is 2 bars. So here on the next one, I can go ahead and push and let it go. I think he's asking if they have different colors. I think for right now they have white. There's other companies that have different colors, like there's a grayish looking one and even a pink one, but the Donner one is white. And I must say, with the green and the red volume and the red LED, it really has a nice color to it. So now we can do some soloing, okay? I've got enough on here that I can, get an idea of what it's supposed to sound like. So let's just solo around in A. Let me go back. Okay, so maybe the looper isn't loud enough for me. I can come down here and turn that level up. So let me do that real quick and get you an idea of what that sounds like. Okay, now it's up to maximum loudness. Okay, so do a fast solo. I'll try. It's hard to do that on such a slow song, but we'll try something. Oh, and I didn't have my tone knob all the way up, so now it should sound better. So now, that's good practice for me because I have a tendency to speed up past a metronome. It's hard, so hard for me to stay along with a click track, what they call. So this is now set to that metronome at 92 beats a minute we did earlier. And it makes such a world of difference for practice as well because I have to force myself to stay behind. I want to really just go faster. And it forces me to listen, and it will force you to listen as well. what this sounds like. So now I can change it. I can change to a different setting. Here's one that I call China Doll, modeled after Steve Vai's song China Doll. That's what I'm talking about. Thanks so much. I try. So now that's in a bluesy sound. It's gonna be hard to sound like majory in that because it's more of a bluesy sound. So here's one of my favorite settings. I call it down low. It's got an octave sound to it. And I've also got a setting on here. Let's see if it's working. Oh, I know what I did. I went to the wrong setting here. Let me put my effects on. And I have a pitch shifter on here. So now I have a way to get 2 octaves. I've got a low octave with the original. And now I can put another octave on top of that with the effects pedal, the Digitech 355, RP355. So I can have all this funny stuff on it. So that's a cool example of the looper. Now, let me put that in, we've heard it reversed and everything. Let me undo the last setting and see if I can undo in stages. If not, that's fine. Okay, that one's gone. That little thing I did already. That's gone. Let's try another undo, see what happens. Oop, nope, it brings it back. That's pretty cool. So it brings that last little thing back. So that gets me really wondering if this stores things in its memory I can unplug it and then plug it in my USB and it powers it up and it remembers maybe the last loop, maybe the last several loops. So it'll be interesting to try that out and see if it will remember that. I have to try that. I don't know if there's a time limit, like you got to do it within 2 hours, or it automatically forgets what's going on, or what exactly. So, but that's pretty cool. While it's in the resting stage, the green light is blinking to show you that there is a loop indeed in the system, and you can always start it back up. Can you do something like funky? Okay, let's see. Let's see what I got here. Funky. Oh, we got to turn it up now. Oh, yeah, I like this one. This is one of my favorites because it's a trigger wah. It's kind of like. That's really cool. That's actually a pre effect, not a post effect. It's an FX25, I think is what the effect is called. And I put it pre the chain instead of post the chain. So let's see, funky. That's more of a jazzy. Okay, let's clear this looper out. So now that it's stopped, there's nothing in there. So So what I'm going to do is try to... Now, this is going to be kind of tough, because I got to do a wah pedal and hit the looper. So we'll do what we can, I guess. I don't know about that. All right. Actually, I can add a loop to that later, I guess. So let me get a bass going. Let's get a bass. Let me get a bass and put down a bass groove. Let's see. See, let's try that. Let's try to find something on the metronome here. Thing said it will stay in the loop for 10 minutes. Yes, it is. It is 10 minutes that it works in the loop. Now, hang on. The stream seems to be like it's... So the stream may be crapping out a bit. Hang on, I don't know what's going on. I can see it's swirling its gears here. Waiting for something to happen. Looks like I've got some drop frames happening now. 375 drop frames. It's 4%, 0.4%. So it's not too bad. I'm still in the green on OBS here with 1169 kilobits per second. But it's going down to 13 frames a second. So I don't know what's going on. So just give me a second. I'll type that in the chat room too. Yes, it holds 10 minutes. Most name brand loopers hold 5 minutes, but are twice the price. Excuse me, people. Still recovering. Let me take a swig of water here. I wish there was a way to pause the stream. Still says my bitrate is excellent, so I don't know exactly what's going on. Maybe I can pause this and play it again and see if it shows up. Still recovering. Okay, good. Must have been a glitch on the live feed. So I'm back. Hopefully you guys are staying there. And if you didn't hear that before, Extra K Gaming 14 said the thing said it will stay in the loop for 10 minutes. Yes, it's 10 minutes long. And as I said in the chat room, most of these loopers, most of these name brand loopers that you see, that a lot of people push nowadays, you do your research because most of them only last 5 minutes. I said this earlier. But yeah, definitely do your research. So let's go back to my bass setting. So let's get what I was saying was, let's get my metronome here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go to about 120. Okay, so let's try doing something kind of like that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that's seamless, almost seamless. That's good enough. So now I can go back to that. Let's see. That funky sound here. Clean funk. Put my wah pedal on. And that's an E. So now I'm just kind of noodling around, trying to figure out exactly what sounds good to my ears. Let's see what we can come up with. It's going to be kind of hard to do this with a looper. What I'm going to do is I'm going to hit it before the beat so I can start it on the beat. Here. Let's try. I've got a, let's see. What's that other one I had? Slushy, I think. Yeah. Stay fairly clean. Off. Let's undo that one. I started off a little too much on that. Started way back here and should be right here. Being in the stream, definitely going to come chill at your stream later. Thanks, appreciate that. Extra Gaming 14, thanks for stopping by. And tell your friends. I don't really have a regular schedule. I just try to get on here when I can. I'll try to do that a little bit more often. But yeah, so now we got a decent amount of stuff going. We got 4 or 5 layers. Let's solo a little bit. Maybe maybe something that's a little bit of I've got one here that I've got a setting called Bonamassa. So now, in this case, the looper is too loud, so I'm going to turn it down. That feature alone is amazing that you can do that, okay? So now I can mess around. That's Bonamassa. Here's some other settings. Now, I haven't even got to the zoom pedal yet. I haven't played with my Digitech in months since I got the zoom pedal, so I'm just kind of messing around with it. And it's a little bit easier to control because it is a kind of like almost like a stop box in its own self. Okay, so you can play around from dawn till dusk on that. And stream is still having a little bit of issues. Hopefully you guys can still see. Yeah, looks like it's just on my end on the live stream thing there. Okay, so that's one of my favorite settings. I call that flawless because when I created it, it just really had a good sound to it. Let's see, my 80s channel here. Digitech's, I mean, they got some good stuff, man. Sour note. That's a cool sound. Have to keep an eye on that. Here's about a Satriani tone. Kind of satchy. Paul Gilbert. That's in his Racer X Paul Gilbert days, not like he sounds now. And then a modest Steve Vai sound. So yeah, Digitech has some great stuff. Let me go ahead and bypass that though, and look at some of the stuff that the Zoom has. This is a tone that I tried to set based on a guy that I reviewed on one of my first Twitch streams, if I'm not mistaken, and his name is Marco Sfoli. Amazing, amazing guitarist. And that is quite loud. Sorry about that. Go ahead and turn that down just a little bit. Okay, so that one is, and then I've got an acoustic reverb. Turn that down. Called Boogie Lady. So yeah, all these different things you can do with this pedal. Now, as I was saying earlier, let me do a solo and try to, decently do one, and I'll do a loop on this, and it'll be an over and over loop, and we'll see what we can come out with on the. I'll be at an A. Now, that's the whole solo, okay? No timing, no anything. Let me turn it up a little bit. Now, the cool thing is, this is an A, so I can play chords that go along with A, and it'll sound pretty cool. So let's pick out some of these. Try to find a different sound for a lead. For some reason, oh, I know why. Because the Ibanez tube screamer was on. I had to turn that off, and now we have volume. Okay, so I got the tube screamer turned on low, so it won't do that. Won't be too much of an overdrive. So let me turn that up a little bit. Okay, so that should work a little bit better. Now let's go back to this, and what I'm going to do is play some chords. Okay, so I'm going to play some chords to that, but I'm going to reverse it. Okay, so I'm going to put this on reverse mode. Actually, let's put it on slow mode first, and you can see how funny this sounds. Crazy that thing. Now let's go to reverse here. I'm going to stop it. And it should play it back from the beginning when I stop it like that. Okay, so that's what you can do with a looper. How amazing is that? I got all these effects that I can run into the looper itself. I can bypass different effects. I can make any kind of, overdubs that I want to. I can undo those overdubs, at least, the last one. If you're not happy with one, definitely undo it. But yeah, there's some things, and you can even practice over your favorite, jam. So if I wanted to practice over, here's something I came up with the other day. Let's see if I can remember how it went. Okay, so let me get an acoustic sound for that. Okay, so here's a looper sound I can come up with. I don't think I'll fool with a metronome. I'm just going to start playing and come in when I'm ready to do this. I'm clipping a little bit. Let me try it again. Okay, why didn't that not record? Let's try it again. Maybe I didn't have it working right. Huh. Now that's weird. Do I have the... No, I don't have the looper. Okay, let's try a different setting here. It's weird. For some reason it didn't work that time. So I want to make sure I haven't changed anything. The one thing I did do, now that's what it sounds like with an Ibanez Tube Screamer driver. Interesting. Okay, for some reason that didn't work. What I may do now is just go ahead and what I did was I changed the what would you call that? The toggle switch on the top. I changed that to, when I stopped it, I changed it back from reverse to regular. And that may have like messed with something. So let me go down here and unplug the looper pedal, plug it back in, see what actually. Let's not do that. Let me just turn the power off here on the foot switch. Now everything's off on the foot switch. Turn it back on. It reboots it. Should anyway. And now I can see if it's going to work here. Bypass that. Yeah. So I don't know what happened there. That's pretty cool that I noticed that. So let's go ahead and try this again with what I had it with, the strumming. seamless. It's a little off. So now let's go ahead and let's do this with a metronome then. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. A little bit slower than that. And I'm using, once again, Metronome Online. Let me go ahead and copy that, and I'll paste it in the chat room for everybody. Really, really good tool. There you go. I think that's probably going to be good enough. 2, 3, 4. A little bit slower than that, looks like. Now, man, that's tough to follow. Let me see if I can get a 160. Let's go to 80. Let's go half. Let's half that. See, now I want to rush that, so let me just try to get the metronome to match my speed. That's 84. If I go to 88, we'll do one more. So either 88 or 84. 2, 3, 4. See what I mean? This is terribly tough. See, I'm already messing that up. Let's just play with it. What happened there? Apologize for all these mess ups, but this is really good practice here, okay? Just keep going again. Probably it looks like it's going to take me about 4 measures to get into this groove, so I can just go ahead and start it. And I may be starting it a little too early, hitting the switch. Good. When it continues looping, you know you've hit it right. That's good enough. When it continues to match it, it matches the beat. It's a little bit off, but that's good enough for me. So now just take that. I'm not going to worry. I think I'll do one more track on that, and it'll be a bass, just to get a good sound out of that. only thing you do is just tap your foot. I'm resting my foot on my Digitech because it's right underneath that pedal, that blue pedal. And I'm tapping my foot. And when I'm ready to tap that pedal on the downbeat, I just tap it instead of just playing, instead of just messing around with what I've got going on. There's a mess up. I can play around with some of this stuff. Let's have some delay on that. That groove I can just play to all night. Let's have some fun with that, all right? This microphone all the way around. It's hard to get it out of the way of my fingers here. there you have it. Such a fun pedal to play around with. When you get in a good groove, I mean, you could just play on and on and on forever with something like that. You can play your favorite songs. You can try playing Purple Rain. You just get the backing track to that. One of my favorites is a tune called Old Love by Eric Clapton. I'd like to do that. One stream, I'll be doing that. I can see myself doing a bunch of streams of just looping things and just playing around. And that'd be really cool to do. But I think that's all I've got for you guys tonight. I mean, it's been great. I could sit here and play all night. But I am getting quite hot. It's pretty hot here tonight. And I'm in a sweat, kind of a long sleeve shirt. And I can't turn my fan on because it will bleed through in the microphone. But I hope you guys have really enjoyed this evening's stream. And that you've really enjoyed hanging out with me tonight. And I've enjoyed hanging out with you. It's been fun playing around with the looper pedal. And getting all this stuff set up. I've really enjoyed it. So please, thank you so much, by the way, Extra K Gaming 14 for tuning in. And maybe I can do some more of these streams. I'd like to get to a point where I could do like a regular schedule, but things get so hectic. I just try to get on here as much as I can. But I have a whole backlog of videos that you can be entertained by. And you can check out my YouTube channel at ericbeatty.com/YouTube. I'll go ahead and put that in the chat room as well. And once again, if you'll just check the chat room, earlier I talked about where you could find the Donner pedal to purchase for yourself. I've got a link to that in the chat video, and I'll also put a link to that in the actual description for this video as well, so you can check that out. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and appreciate you taking time whenever you get to watch this out of your busy schedule to watch me and to watch me play here. It's always a pleasure to join everybody on here and to get to play and just have fun playing. So I appreciate you guys tuning in. Please share with your friends. Please, subscribe to this channel if you're on Twitch. I'll probably be putting this on my YouTube channel as well, because this is a gear review, and I do quite a bit of those on my YouTube page. Speaking of which, the YouTube people, I'm sorry I haven't put any acoustic stuff up lately. I've just been so enamored in playing with all these effects and trying to get better on electric guitar. I haven't really done a lot of acoustic stuff. I'd like to. Maybe I can do an acoustic stream here on Twitch as well. But, yeah, I do gear reviews on there as well, and this will probably be going up on that. So, once again, please follow this channel on Twitch. Subscribe if you're on Twitch, if you're on YouTube, whatever. I'd like to see more followers, and it'll be cool to eventually get to where I can, play some decent songs and create my own backing tracks for them and start soloing over some of that stuff. So, yeah, I could go on and on. This stuff is just, I'm really passionate about this stuff, and I really enjoy playing and really enjoy, being with people coming to join me on the stream. So it's about 12:30. I'm going to get off here, and you guys have a safe and wonderful evening, and I will see you guys on the next stream, whenever that may be. Until then, please check out the other videos that are here on the channel, on the Twitch channel, as well as check out the YouTube channel there on ericbeatty.com/YouTube. We'll see you guys next time. Thanks so much for watching, and God bless.